Hello and welcome back to MoonClan. My name is Frosty and today we are picking up where we left off last time on Moon 86 going into 87. And I'm joined as always by the cats, River and Sinbad, so if you hear them in the background, please excuse that. Now, I honestly don't really remember too much of what happened. I know we lost Comfreyfoot, our deputy, but I don't know if that was last time or the episode before. And Needledew is now presently our deputy. And unfortunately, that does mean that Weasel Reed was grieving, not actually within the game, but was left to deal with that grief, I guess, is a better way to say that. Hill Petal got a little bit of a makeover, and Stormpaw became a medicine cat apprentice. Now, we also picked up Shaded Paw, who was a kitty pet and was dropped off by their two legs on the side of a road, just abandoned. So, fingers crossed Shaded Paw gets better and actually can become a warrior within our clan here. And Cool Kid, I think, will be getting made an apprentice this episode as well. So, without any further ado or recap, let's just go ahead and jump into time skip. Alright, so moving into Moon 87 for the clan. We aid the medicine cat in gathering herbs. Their gratitude and knowledge shared makes the task rewarding. You and your patrol successfully chase off a rival clan. Victory yowls echo through the forests. A rogue intrudes on our territory. Standing our ground, we manage to chase them off. Okay, so it sounds like it's definitely been a little more combative this moon, which going into summertime, I suppose that makes sense. Higher heat, longer days usually means for hotter tempers and more activity together. So that does make sense. I'm gonna see about what interactions we might have. We might follow up on helping the medicine cat gather herbs. We might not. We'll just see. Alright, so Frost Whisper greets Palefur as they're exiting the warrior's den, medium positive effect. Frost Whisper is really surprised that Cold Kit's life isn't as easy as they thought it was, high positive effect. Blue Shade catches Frost Whisper staring at another cat, high negative effect. Does Blue Shade have a crush on us or something? Because I don't really know why that would otherwise be a negative effect. Like, of course, we're gonna look at other cats. We're in a clan of only like 30. It's gonna happen. Prinshade tells Frost Whisper that they'll save them a piece of fresh kill. Alright, let's check out Blue Shade. I just want to know what's going on with that. Because I know we've been beefing, but there's no platonic-like, or romantic-like, rather, there at all. So I don't know why Blue Shade would be so affected. Alright, looks like we have quite a few under health this moon. Little Heart wakes one day after moons of numbness and feels as though the world is less dull. Falcon Scratch has recovered from their mangled tail. Yarosar no longer has a stomachache. A fire rages through the forest. Needledew manages to escape, though not unscathed by the experience. What kind of cursed position is deputyship right now? Like, this is happening all within like 6 moons of losing another deputy and another deputy getting exiled. Because Comfreyfoot was only deputy for maybe a couple of moons? Did like Goldstreak just curse a position when he had it and then left? Icy Fin picks himself up out of their nest and begins the day anew, a fresh conviction in their heart. Prinshade has gotten a heat stroke, oh no. But Shaded Paw has recovered from green cough. A lot of negatives in there, but some positives. Oh. Poppy Eye overheard Palefur muttering in their sleep, claws slashing at the air. Their muttering confirms what Poppy Eye always suspected. Palefur was the one responsible for Blossom Current's death. Alright, so before I dive into analysis of what's gonna happen here with this realization, Poppy Eye is surprisingly on task today. Oh. I was gonna say that's very fitting, but then I just saw this. Troublesome, that's nothing new. Trusted advisor, so that might be why her word gets taken. Dark Forest Affinity. So, was it really overheard in sleep or while they were training in the Dark Forest? That might be why Frost Whisper didn't get to see that vision himself. And Palefur, meanwhile, is oblivious and saw a two-legged kit playing with a dog. MoonClan has always thrived under the gaze of the bright moon. As a clan, they tend to lean towards being awake through the night and asleep during the day. And Greenleaf, that makes for very long and very warm days for them, and sometimes trouble sleeping. As such, some of the cats will sometimes wander outside of the warrior's den to get some rest, or try to, especially in the main heat of the day. Some cats choose to sun themselves, other cats try to seek out shaded hollows. Such was the case for Palefur. Poppy Eye happened to go along in that same direction on patrol one day. As she watches his peaceful form sleep, she considers, there's been a dark voice in the back of her head whispering things lately. It's made it a lot harder to be as strict and as kindly with her clanmates as she might have once been. It's been encouraging her to get into trouble more so than ever lately. Despite this, her intellect is still recognized, and so the clan does trust her, even if they are a little bit put out by her recent pranks and antics. She watches Palefur, though, and she knows from the visions that she gets at night that Palefur has blood on his claws. Even as he lays there in the shade, she can see it colored by red, as if he was still covered with the blood of his victim. She considers for a very long time watching his peaceful form rest, and then she decides that she knows what she must do. Poppy Eye returns to the clan and goes to speak to Yarostar. She does not initially mention the reason for wanting to call a clan meeting, but Yarostar, being pretty understanding of these things, agreed to call one anyway. Cats were sent out to collect everybody back to the clan, and to a lot of gripes and murmurs about why the clan would be meeting in the middle of the day. Poppy Eye stands, head high, at the base of the leader's stump. She waits dramatically for her moment. When Palefur enters the clearing, having dreamt of dreams of training with shadowy warriors, and relatively unmussed despite that fact, Poppy Eye stands tall and proudly accuses him of being the one to commit the murder of Blossom Current, one of the beloved members of the clan. The clan is shocked and murmurs at such an accusation. How can it just be thrown out so casually in the bold light of day? Palefur especially seems especially racked by this. In some ways, he did not even really recognize that what he did was wrong. He understood that Blossom Current was an annoying cat. Surely everybody could have seen it. He even mentioned it at her vigil. He did nothing wrong. The cats in his dreams told him to do this. It's only natural for the strong to call the weak if the weak are bothering the strong. The clan exclaims at such a bold proclamation and take it for the confession that it is. They knew that Palefur was oblivious, but to be so oblivious as to outright admit such a dangerous crime? The clan is shocked. Yarostar tells Palefur that he must leave, and Palefur does not understand why. He continues to proclaim he did nothing wrong. The strong will always take precedence over the weak, that is their right. If Blossom Current wasn't so weak as to be killed, then Palefur would not have had the opportunity to do so. It was that simple. The clan altogether, however, eventually pull up against him, fur fluffed up and tails bristling. Palefur recognizes that he's no longer welcome, especially when met with the wall of unmoving cats and angry faces. But he still doesn't understand that what he did was wrong. His family looks away in shame as he is escorted from the territory of the clan. Yarosar tells him that he will never be welcome back on clan territory, and they will enact his own form of vengeance, if that is what he dares to call it, or a sort of rule. If he is seen back on clan territory, he will be killed. It does not matter who he is speaking to, it does not matter how long he returns. He has until sundown that afternoon to get off of clan territory and to never return. Palefur complains the entire time, not understanding yet still why what he did was wrong or why the clan might be so upset with him. He still thinks that everybody regarded Blossom Current the exact same way he did, and should also go by his same logic of the strong ruling the weak. He does not leave quietly. Instead, as he goes, fur fluffed up in outrage and confusion, he turns to Poppy Eye and screams that at least she should understand where he's coming from, as she's also been under the tutelage of the same cats that told him this. Poppy Eye coolly reminds him that they had different mentors, and the clan accepts this at face value. But Palefur knows the truth. Poppy Eye probably does know exactly the lessons he's referring to, and maybe has her own methods or reasons for why she's bringing this out now. But from her trusted place within the clan, and Palefur's own admission, he is exiled. Alright, bye Palefur, go play with the doggy. Shocked that they've been exiled, that's very fitting for him. Alright, but with that, MoonClan has finally gotten rid of the shadow that's been hanging over them. All the murderers have been brought to justice. They will all go to the Dark Forest once they're gone. But yet, somehow there's still some lingering shadows in the clan. Everybody does still feel it. They're mostly at ease, but there's still some lingering pressure or tension to the air. They're not yet sure why. They just hope that with this, that means the deputyship will no longer be as cursed as it has been. The clan will be led into future prosperity. Suddenly, the long days no longer seem like such a burden. Oh no, I didn't even see this before I did everything. Alright, Yarosar was giving some advice to Palefur. I guess in this context, Yarosar was exiling Palefur and telling him to never come back as his advice. Oh, that's so horribly fitting. Needledew is considering using sticks to help mend broken bones. She's hurt with a burn, which is definitely not something you see very commonly, but it's not a severe burn either, so she'll probably recover just fine. Probably. Blueshade is wanting to spend some time alone today. Sadly, we are insulting him. Oh, Frost Whisper, I believe every cat has good in them, even you. I know we've got some good in us, but for some reason we really hate you. And you have no reason to be hated. Hillpetal is refusing to share gossip at the Half Moon meeting. Stormpaw is asking Blueshade how to tell something is a sign from StarClan. For a cat that's obsessive, I can really see that being an issue. Is that mothwing that's been scattered in the clearing actually just a mothwing from somebody's catch earlier? Or does it mean something? I can definitely see Stormpaw being the kind of cat to overthink those things. We're just trying to set a good example for younger cats, so maybe we will patrol with the medicine cats this moon. Ravensong is in awe of Yarosar's leadership. Possibly because Yarosar is the first leader to actually catch the murderers and help bring MoonClan back around to light. Snowleaf is wanting to critique Ravensong's fighting techniques. Scorchrunner is giving some advice to Poppy Eye. That's very interesting because he was the other cat that discovered the murderer. So maybe it was just about how to confront Yarosar? And possibly also fittingly, Icyfin is thinking about Blossom Current. If it wasn't for Palefur's actions, she would still be here, probably. Oh, Prince Shade is all grown up. So he saw a kitty pet rolling around a two-legged garden. He's currently sick with heat stroke, but let's see what he looks like healthy. Ooh, that's actually really cool. He actually grew up to be very, very handsome. roguish, but not in the bad way, in the handsome way. I have a feeling he's going to be a very popular cat when it comes to the romantic crowd. But he saw a kitty pet rolling around a two-legged garden. He's still competitive and an incredible runner, so those will probably stick around as traits, but we are talking to him too. If anything you're planning feels like you're breaking a rule, don't do it. Simple as that. I don't think we're going to be breaking any rules with anything we do. Here's Shaded Paw feeling a lot better now too. She's asking her mentor what they can do to be helpful around camp today. I guess that's a nice thing with the responsible trait, especially since the other two could possibly get her into some apprentice troubles. Moonfern is helping mediate squabbles between kits. During Moonfern's lecture on clan history, Cool Kid is completely engrossed, asking insightful questions that Moonfern tries to answer. Intelligence 1. Chartrumble is sad they couldn't spend more time with Willow Deer. Oh, it's been a long time since I thought about Willow. But, yeah. Cool Kid keeps attacking even after Chartrumble surrenders, and when Chartrumble scolds them for biting hard enough to make them bleed, Cool Kid just shrugs, saying it was an accident and it shouldn't be a big deal. Empathy -2. That's actually kind of terrifying, especially for an almost apprentice to be doing. Cool Kid, meanwhile, is mad no one will listen to them. I guess we've got 2 more moons, but we will see him an apprentice this episode. Frost Whisperer, look at this feather Needledew brought me. It's so pretty, and it came from a real-life bird on a territory. I can't wait until I get out and explore the territory myself, then I can have all the feathers I want. Just get some blue jay feathers because those are the best accessories. But we're gonna go on our patrols. There's a stale piece of prey left in the fresh kill pile. Do you want to remove it? Somehow I only see this going bad for us, but yes, let's do that. We attempt to remove the stale prey, but we accidentally knock over the pile in the process. How embarrassing. At least we didn't ruin everything when we knocked it over. Alright, we're going out with Hill Petal to gather some herbs since that was one of our moon traits. And we end up going out to tend the graves of MoonClan's dead. Even though there's nothing different about the place, other than the serenity it was chosen for, Hill Petal always feels the grief and love for their clanmates expressed here seeped into every corner. They tidy the grounds and collect rosemary as they work. Feels appropriate for the plant to grow here. Rosemary was gathered, and I suppose this is also a fitting, experience to have this moon since we were remembering Blossom Current so strongly. Blueshane and Stormpaw enjoy a peaceful afternoon gathering time. Let's see what training with these two looks like. Shaded Paw isn't acting like their usual self. Fawn Shock gently asks what's wrong and Shaded Paw breaks down, wailing that they're not doing good enough even though they're really trying. Fawnshaw curls around them, purring softly, and tells a story of their own apprentice days and their own mistakes. Fawnshaw chuckles at the look on their face, promising that nobody but themselves will remember their mistakes. That's generally very true. And Shaded Paw I can see being very distraught about things just because she was a kitty pet before. She's not behind in terms of apprenticeship, but I can definitely see it feeling that way. And since it's Greenleaf, we can still recruit more cats, so we're gonna try and do that. But first, we had a border mission with Eurostar at the head. As our patrol is marking the border lines, a gang of rogues strides out of the brush, challenging us. We can't back down, but luckily we do have a pretty good cast here with Little Heart, Fierce Face, and Icy Fin. Oh no! The rogues are terrifyingly coordinated and our quick use of patrol's momentary surprise to their advantage. The patrol cats are picked off one by one, only a couple managing to escape. Little Heart died. You're one of my favorite background cats. And Yarosar lost a life. I mean, that's sad, but it's not as devastating as a cat being gone. That's it, finite. So that's very unfortunate. I guess whatever darkness has been hanging around the clan is definitely still not gone yet. And this was our first patrol. We've got like 6 more to do. So let's go again, I guess. Our first hunting mission grabs a lot of prey. Our next patrol brings back a medium amount of prey, when Weaselreed kills a squirrel. In our final patrol, here's a cat begging for their housefolk to come back. Alright, we've got another shot here. I don't know if we'll be successful with these cats, but we'll try. We find a cave hut collapsed by the thunder path. We offer to bring them back, and they reluctantly agree. Twig Roach has joined the clan, improving our reputation with outsiders. Well, it sinks, but that is, I guess, technically a net neutral moon. I'd rather just not lost Little Heart and not gotten a kitty pet, but... Here's Twig Roach. They're looking around camp with wonder. He's an adult male with gold eyes and a single color orange pelt. Long fur, 77 moons old. He is calm, clever, and a fish catcher. Uh-oh, I think he might be Frost Whisper's type then. He's sick with yellow cough. So not great, not the worst, not as bad as red cough. But of course, there's always a chance that something goes wrong. That's what Twig Roach looks like healthy. He's got kind of a gradient. So like lighter legs and chest, and then darker back. Alright, well, that moon had a lot of ups and downs. I'm half an hour into recording, and we've only done 1 moon, so I'm going to try and pick up the pace for the next 2. But let's see how things shake out. As the clan sits vigil, Frost Whisper's voice cracks with grief, talking about the time they had with Little Heart. Once night comes and they fall asleep, Frost Whisper desperately wails Little Heart's name. Movements frantic as they refuse to accept their death. So Frost Whisper, like myself, is grieving Little Heart. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose it. Lightpelt woke up in the middle of the night to a strange noise. No one else was awake, or so they thought, until seeing someone at the fresh kill pile. Before Lightpelt could realize their mistake, sharp canine teeth were at their throat, ensuring the clan wakes up to find their nest empty and the prey gone. We still have a ton of prey, but that doesn't excuse what happened to Lightpelt. We're dropping like flies this episode. Yarisar and Snowleaf found the litter of 4 kits and decided to adopt them. That's also kind of bittersweet because, you know, that could have been Frost Whisper and Snowleaf's litter. Also, not sorry about the clickbait last episode. That perfectly encompassed my feelings when I first saw that. So yeah, I guess that helped get our numbers back up, but I'd rather we stop losing cats at the same time. Little Heart was one of those cats you'd always find right in the thick of things, and it's something Moonfern greatly admired about them. Their drive to help MoonClan. It's so strange and hard to comprehend that they'll never see Little Heart do that again. Moonfern spent time by themselves, letting them mourn Little Heart and the time they should have had together. No one can begrudge them the need to grieve. When Moonfern hears the news of Lightpelt's death, they collapse and wail as though their own life was ending. Cats come to Moonfern afterwards, offering them the biggest, juiciest pieces of fresh kill, but they refuse it all, staring at the walls of their den in silence. Oh, Moonfern got a double blow this moon then. Poor Moonfern. It's like losing a tail or a limb or their shadow. Falcon Scratch relied on Little Heart, trusted them, and contemplating moving on from loss seems impossible. Nobody can comfort Falcon Scratch during the vigil. They're absolutely inconsolable, convinced that they'll never feel normal again without Little Heart beside them. Little Heart was well loved. And then, the past moon, Little Heart and Lightpelt have taken their place in StarClan. I'm emotionally devastated. Frost Whisper saw Falcon Scratch the other day and they'd get a chance to meow hello. Frost Whisper and Scorchrunner agree about something trivial. Fawnshock had Frost Whisper bump into them and they didn't even apologize. Shadepaw is glad to have a clanmate like us. And once again, us mourning Little Heart. Liar Rush's running nose is gone. Primshade has recovered from heat stroke. So, under miscellaneous, we just had Lightpelt sing again, and Colekit is scolded after sneaking out of camp. Obviously, he's not going to get a strike or anything. Alright, let's see how the clan's holding up, I guess. Yarsar's complaining about being sent on dawn patrol. You know there's something you could do about that. Let's go ahead and check out his kits though. Alright, before I show you guys the kits, I want to show you guys their parent, Timber here. So he was an adult male with black and striped fur. He was shameless, out-of-the-box thinker and fur care enthusiast, and he was a kitty pet. So just take a look at him. He has emerald eyes. And let's just go see what the kits actually look like. So first here we have a newborn male kit with green eyes and a ticked black pelt, long fur. He's troublesome. I'm gonna change his name right off the bat because Honey is not a good prefix for a black cat. Alright, I went ahead and changed his name to Falling. So I'm not really sure what kind of suffix we might get, but Falling has a lot of potentials for good, suffixes and good names, so hopefully he lives up to that. And then up next we have Flip Kit, a newborn male with emerald eyes, a classic black pelt with white markings and long fur. He is patient. I will keep his name. Up next we have a newborn female with emerald eyes and a black tabby pelt, long fur as well. She is patient. And her given name was Blizzard Kit, but I'm definitely changing Blizzard for full black cat. Ooh, that's one I haven't seen a whole lot of. Her name will be Burrow Kit. And last but not least, we have Spruce Kit, a newborn male with emerald eyes and a single stripe pelt. Kind of a grayish color, I'd say that is. And he is nervous. And out of all of them, he's definitely the only one that really reflects his adoptive parents. Alright, but those guys are cute. Needledew, meanwhile, is looking for a problem to solve. Probably just trying to see how she can still help despite being unwell. Blue Shade is mourning Little Heart. Hill Petal teaches the kits how to clean themselves properly. Stormpaw is playing a prank on Icy Fin. Sky Scratch is also mourning Little Heart. We're wanting to compliment Weaselreed's fighting techniques, so we'll talk with Weaselreed. Weaselreed, meanwhile, is playing a prank on Rabbit-Tail. Hey Frostwhisper, thank you for meeting me here. Huh, no, it's nothing bad, I just wanted to show you something. Look over there. We turn to look at the lake and see the sunset flooding over the water, painting it in golden hues. I want to show it to you because I think you'd appreciate it. You'd seem like the kind of cat that would. I love being out here, Frostwhisper. Weaselreed is also probably just trying to show us some nice sights to help cheer us up. Twigrosh is trying to set a good example for younger cats. Very curious to see if Frostwhisper ends up falling for him and really fitting into that whole fishing archetype or not. Lyresh is bargaining with StarClan, begging them to send Little Heart back. I have a feeling a lot of cats are mourning Little Heart. Like I said, I feel like he was just kind of always in the background and everybody liked him, and this is really reinforcing that for me. Snowleaf is feeling silly. Alright, thanks. Falcon Scratch is confirming the most abundant places for prey. We're talking with him. Leave me alone. Fair enough, I don't think we're probably up for this too much ourselves. Fawn Truck is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. We're insulting her. We're lucky that somebody is here. Otherwise, I don't think you'd want to know what I would do to you. Kind of scary coming from our niece, but okay. Chirpback will never forget Lightpelt. Yeah, poor Lightpelt's death has been completely overshadowed. Moscone is praying Lightpelt is safe in StarClan. Scorchrunner doesn't understand why the other warriors are hesitant to train with them. Maybe because you got somebody to confess a murder last time. Let's talk to him. Scorchrunner interrupts you in the middle talking to Needledew. Hey, Hillpetal told me to tell you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you and Needledew were talking. No, by all means, please carry on. I'll leave the two of you lovebirds to it. Hehehe. Scorchrunner shoots you a wink on the way out. You can practically sense them begging for every detail to conversation later. Maybe Needle Frost or Frost Needle will be a thing. I don't know. Shaded Paw is worried that they will never fit in. We're talking to her. Hey, how was the patrol? You look a little tired. Do you need anything? Fresh moss, prey, grooming, a story, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. So genuine. You don't deserve to be here, Shaded Paw. Moonfern is thinking of ways to comfort a kit who had a troubled dream. I mean, honestly, that's not a bad skill to have, and in the midst of grieving, I'm sure she would wish somebody could be there for her too. She's only grief-stricken like once. I wasn't sure if it was gonna stack somehow with 2 deaths, but luckily that does not seem to be the case. Charred Rumble is contemplating ancient tales to pass on to the next generation. Charred Rumble shares a story about forgiveness between rival warring clans, and Colkit takes the moral of the tale to heart. Empathy is now up, so it's only -1. And Colkit is asking older cats how kittens are made. Alright, obviously we're not patrolling this moon, but we'll send out everybody else as usual. Blue Shade and Stormpaw don't gather anything, and Hill Petal only got moss. Our first hunting patrol takes a large amount of prey home, thanks to Scorch Runner it looks like. Our next patrol is on a border mission. They stumble across a large dog in the middle of the clan's territory. As much as I would like to leave this alone, this is an imminent danger to the clan, so we're not allowed to. So we're proceeding. The patrol gathers their courage and valiantly drives away the dog. Working as one with all the strength of StarClan behind them, the patrol presses the dog. By keeping up a series of small skirmishes throughout the day, they drive it all the way off the territory. Alright, nothing else of note happens, so nothing too exciting that moon. Luckily, I think. I'm totally fine with just the one crazy moon. Let's go ahead and dive into our last moon of the episode. Alright, so moving into the last moon, moon 89 and 88 for Frost Whisper. Frost Whisper tells himself they can't let their feelings consume them. They have to learn to live with it. A rogue intrudes on our territory. Standing our ground, we manage to chase them off. A tree-cut monster appears near the border. Fear prickles our fur, but we stay alert and warn the clan. A trespassing loner challenges our patience. We manage to chase them off without a fight. A fishing expedition goes awry when a fish nips at our tail. We retreat with a laugh, promising revenge on a slippery enemy. We discover a new shortcut through the territory. The thrill of discovery fills you with excitement. Alright, pretty eventful when it comes to over the moon events, but we'll see how the actual moon turns out. Inspired by Stormpaw's hard work, Blue Shade names him Storm Sky and welcomes him as a full medicine cat. Oh, I actually love that name. Has warrior cats ever used Storm Sky? Because if not, they are missing out. Coalpaw can't seem to sit still as they bounce up to touch noses with Raven Song, swearing that they'll be the best warrior the clan has ever seen. Shaded Paw has excelled at every task placed before them. Despite their young age, they are more than ready to be a warrior. They were given the name Shaded Antler, honoring their maturity. That's an interesting combination, but I don't really hate it. Frost Whisper wants to explore the whole territory with Fire Rush. Frost Whisper swats favorite prey with Fierce Face. Weaselray thinks Frost Whisper was helpful. Hill Petal had a spat with Frost Whisper over a piece of prey on the fresh kill pile. Storm Sky noticed Frost Whispers doing their best today. Burrow Kid thinks Frost Whisper was nice to them today. A lot of cats we're talking to this moon. Moonfern picks himself up out of their nest and begins the day anew, fresh conviction in their heart. Needledew is no longer suffering from a burn, and Twigroach has recovered from yellow cough. Flipkit woke up with a splitting headache and couldn't get out of the nest. They spent the entire day in a nursery trying to avoid light and noise so the pain could subside. Aw, poor little Scrap. Burrowkit chases fireflies around camp while the older warriors sleep. That is so cute. Sadly, it doesn't translate to an accessory. But while we're here, here's Burrowkit playing pretend. A little bit more grown up now. Her eyes are so pretty. We're gonna go a little bit out of order, but here's Spruce Kit checking up on Charred Rumble. Definitely grew into some darker grays this time. Here's Flipkit, who just wants to have fun. Aw, what do you look like healthy? Aw, he's really interesting with like the dark black background, lighter gray marks, and then white patches. And here's Falling Kit whining about being hungry. Again, very pretty green eyes. I love the green on black. Alright, up first, today we have Yarostar performing a big brain maneuver of some sort. Then we have Needledew, who's complaining about being sent on Dawn Patrol. Blueshade got startled by a squirrel. Hillpetal is teaching the kits how to clean themselves properly. And Stormsky is gathering a few seeds in a pile in a territory to attract prey. Check out Stormsky. They were mentored by Blueshade, who influenced them to be more likely to dwell on things and have strong inner morals. Blueshade helped them become better at teaching and thinking outside of the box. When they graduated, they were honored for their hard work, graduating at 11 moons old. Stormsky is currently obsessive, a philosopher, and an excellent teacher. Again, not horrible qualities for a medicine cat, but as he grows, of course, those could still change. I do still think this is a really cool name. But we are talking to Hillpetal and to Stormsky. Hillpetal is staring intensely at the sky. Their furs ruffled and they seem on edge, as if waiting for something. Come on, Star Clan, please? I worked so hard, and I'll work even harder, I swear, just send me a sign. Let me know that Stork Kid is okay. Aw. Stormsky? Seems like practically every cat I talk to these days is all about patrols and busy work. Does anyone have anything more interesting to say? We already waste like half our lives doing mindless chores. Do we have to talk about it in our free time too? Why don't we dedicate our precious time to discussing something more meaningful? Like how Patchy Sky Scratch's fur is looking today. These are the real questions. We're wanting to critique Scorchrunner's fighting techniques. So I guess we are going on patrol with Scorchrunner, and I guess we'll try and make it a border patrol. Weasel Reed saw some wandering two legs. Hey Frostlesper, can I ask you something? Listen, can you check my back for me? We look at Weasel Reed's back and see some lost fur, but nothing major. Yeah, my fur is falling out. It doesn't look bad, does it? I don't look scary? Oh, it looks fine, you barely saw that? Oh, that's a relief. You think I should go to the medicine den and ask if something can be given for it? That's a fair point, I don't want it to get worse. I'll go do that now, thank you. Is this like a sign of aging or just a sign of like parasites? Myaresh saw Kitty Pet rolling around Two Lake Garden. We catch Myaresh admiring you shyly out of the corner of our eye. The way they look at you. No one's ever looked at you like that before. Like you hung the moon. They look away and bury their face in their paws as soon as you glance over. You must have them really smitten. Oh no. Oh no. I don't need more drama here. Who are we even compatible with? In the clan. Yarosar. Well, there are options there, but I don't know how successful any of them are gonna be. Fierceface is thinking about a strange shoe-like object. Frostlesper, I swear, sometimes it's like we're trapped here. We never chose to be MoonClan cats, it's just something we were born into. What if we would have been happier as loners or rogues? No one to tell us what to do or where to go or what to think. Just free to be ourselves and do whatever we please. It's a great big world out there and I want to experience everything it has to offer. But instead we're stuck inside the territory, not allowed to venture out, not allowed to question. Sometimes I think I'm the only one in the whole clan that's like this. Do you ever feel the same way? No option to reply, but yeah, everything seems a little bit more pointless when you start to realize that if you've been born anywhere else, you could have been in a completely different situation. So yeah. Scorchrunner is looking forward to the next gathering. We'll try and patrol with him again. Here's Shaded Antler. She's pairing up cats and other clans, fully aware that it's a bad idea. She grew to be responsible, a great climber, and a skilled heart reader. Maybe she should talk to us, because I think we need somebody to help us out. They were mentored by Fawnchuk, who influenced them to be more likely to make their own rules and be slow to anger. Fawnchuk helped them become better at matchmaking. When they graduated, they were honored for their maturity, graduating early at 10 moons old. So much for being behind. Here's Cole Paw, who saw a kitty pet rolling around a two-lake garden. He grew to be loyal, interested in herbs, and splashes in puddles. Probably should have been a medicine cat like your father once was, but he's definitely growing into some looks, I think. Moonfern is keeping a calm demeanor amidst nursery chaos, which I'm sure just escalated with 4 kits. During a game of Moss Ball Falling Kit, when it's their turn to catch, they hesitate and shrink back as the ball flies their way, courage -1. Charred Rumble is assisting a queen with particularly mischievous kits. Charred Rumble tells a story about an apprentice who faces their fears and saves their friend from danger. And Flip Kit seems a little bit more bold when they leave the den with their tail raised high. Courage 1. Falling Kit is whining about being hungry. Flip Kit wants to have fun. Burrow Kit is playing pretend. And Spruce Kit is checking on Charred Rumble. We are talking to Burrow Kit. He watches Burrow Kit chases their tail while the other kits laugh hysterically. Alright, good enough for me. We'll do our last patrols now. The deputy is forming a border patrol. Do we want to volunteer? We volunteer but get distracted and miss making a scent marker. Our mistake is pointed out, but forgiven. It happens. Hill Petal gathers some Elaine. I forgot that Storm Sky can now go out by himself, so we'll send him out. The heat of Greenleaf brings warmth to their pelt as Storm Sky wanders, aimlessly searching for daisies to harvest. Daisy may seem like part of the everyday carpet of greenery, present everywhere from rocks to fields and nestled at the foot of trees, but that doesn't make their leaves any less useful. Daisy was gathered. And Blueshade gets some plantain. Ravensong and Coalpaw find a nice spot to sun themselves. Settling down, Ravensong wants to know how Coalpaw is finding their training. It turns into a lovely conversation, a perfect moment spent with one another. Time that's been so rare since Coalpaw became a paw. Not that Ravensong regrets that, of course. Coalpaw is going to be a wonderful warrior. Oh no. As the patrol is marking the borderlines, a gang of rogues bursts from the bushes. It's an ambush. We are led by Yarrowstar. Our members are Frostwhisper, Scorchrunner, and Snowleaf. I figured this was gonna be a good makeup for a border patrol, and now I think I'm going to regret this. We have very experienced cats, but that did not help us out last time. We cannot run, so we can only hope we're gonna get revenge for Little Heart here. Taken by surprise, this patrol scatters and loses cohesion. The rogues are quick to take advantage of the confusion, and the patrol retreats, Frostwhisper badly wounded. We got a cat bite. Obviously, it's not as bad as what happened with Little Heart's patrol, but we really need to get a handle on these rogues. However, our hunting patrol, the cats see some squirrels up above, and before they can even speak, there's loud crack. The cat scatters as a branch crashes down, bringing both squirrels and a shower of oak leaves with it. The patrol thinks fast and pounds on the squirrels before they can escape. They head home with their bounty, each cat feeling quite pleased with himself. A medium amount of prey is brought back, and we gather oak leaves. I've never seen anything like that, but sometimes our clan just gives you a break. Alright, final mission is going on a border patrol. We've been on very neutral patrols all moon, really. And our final one is also pretty neutral. We see Clay Clan renewing their set marks ahead. And we approach them and strike up a small conversation about the weather. We do eventually improve our relationships with them. That's where we'll go ahead and leave it off here. Sorry for what's probably going to be a longer episode. I don't know how much or how well I'm going to edit this because A, I'm stuttering a lot today it seems, and B, I just don't have the most time right now, frankly. So we'll see. Hopefully it's at least manageable. But thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to check out links in the description below for links to other social media. If you feel so inclined, you can give me a follow over there. I don't really post too much, but I'm gonna try and be better about that whenever I get some more Fable time. But thank you especially to Parental Unit for supporting the channel, as that is greatly appreciated, especially right now. But thank you all again so much for watching. But until next time, stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you all then, and bye.